Hello, everybody. Happy Halloween. We have the dream lineup here today. We have a professional athlete on with us. Would you like to introduce yourself, professional athlete?
Yes, my name is Texas Ranger World Series athlete. That's my Halloween costume this year. I'm so excited about my hometown Texas Rangers playing in the World Series. Game 4 tonight, guys. Be sure and tune in. So that's
cool.
who I am for Halloween. What about you, Gina?
No, thank you for being so festive today. I just have like a haunted house on my shirt.
Very scary.
Yes.
Very scary.
And I am really excited to introduce our next guest, who is Scout Life's art director, Kevin. And he's really bringing all the treats for today's show. Hello, Kevin.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you for joining us today. So everybody at home, we're doing something different. It's very fun. We've done this years ago and you guys liked it. We're going to draw along with Kevin today. He's going to show us how to draw Frankenstein's monster, a witch.
Let me just say, I'm sorry, if I could just say, Kevin is a talented artist, guys. He is really, really good at drawing. So I think you guys are going to be both awed and amazed at, no pressure, Kevin, at what he shows you guys today. Go ahead, Gina. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Right in the middle of the list. He's going to show us how to draw Frankenstein's monster, a witch, a cat, and if we have time, a ghost. If not, maybe that'll be a bonus later. Who knows? And if you want to get extra credit, besides having your, drawing utensil and your paper, you could grab some construction paper and a glue stick. Kevin, did you want to add something?
No, hey, you're doing great. Whatever you're doing, not everybody can draw, but I think everybody can make art, and that's kind of what we're going to look at today. So it's just fun to put things together and to make things and to get some crayons and pencils out, and I think it's just fun to make something. So, especially today.
It'll be really interesting to see if what I create, because I've got a piece of paper as well, if you still consider that art, Kevin, once we're done today. Gina, I saw that you showed your drawing implement. You seem to maybe didn't get the memo. I've got my colored pencils here ready to go. So I am ready to draw some super scary, frightening, and it won't be scary because it's scary. It'll be scary because it's so bad what I draw.
Well, I think that's perfect. So if you came super prepared, you have colored pencils or crayons and you have like some real drawing paper, great. If you're just drawing on the back of note paper like me and you're using a pencil, great. We can roll with this. Kevin's even got, spoiler alert, he's going to be using some googly eyes, I heard.
Yeah, I've got a couple of tricks here, but it's probably the types of things that most families would have in their craft drawer or junk drawer, which is where I got all these things from. So ready?
Well, before we let you take it away, I think we're going to be drawing Frankenstein's monster first, I believe, but feel free to change the order up if you want. I do have one serious question for everybody. What do you guys call wood when it's scared?
What do you
Petrified.
Oh,
Good one, Gina. Very good.
Okay.
On that note,
It'll be hard to follow that up, but Kevin, please take it away.
okay. Everybody, young people may not know who Frankenstein is. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, but we're just going to start and maybe it'll start to make sense.
I'll tell you what, Kevin, as you draw, I've actually have all the notes about what Frankenstein is and where that came from. So why don't you start drawing, and if we have any time to fill, I'll let our readers know what exactly you're doing there.
Okay. I am a graphic artist, so I kind of like to break things down into shapes, and who has kind of a square kind of a shape. I'm actually going to put a book up here. Harry Potter will help out, and I'm going to start with this because straight lines are hard.
Ooh.
So I'm going to start with this.
I'm going to try to do mine without a book. It's not going to be
But
good.
it's kind of making me feel better to know that even Kevin, a professional artist, uses objects like a book or something like that because you want to get as close to a real rectangle as you can, right?
Oh, use all the tools that make art can be hard and stuff. So it's great to use some tools. I hope everybody can see this. I'm just using a crayon. Crayons are great, and I'll darken it up as we go here. So I kind of like to do him a certain style. Here he goes. Here we go. Okay, I think we can all do that, right? A jaggedy line.
Yes, like a little jaggedy line up at the top.
So far. Okay,
I'm liking where this is going.
All right,
It's
so
either Frankenstein's monster's head or Charlie Brown's T-shirt. Gina, doesn't Charlie Brown's T-shirt have a jagged line like that?
Yes, good.
and I have sort of a lozenge kind of bar across the top there, and
Lozenge.
that's his big unibrow thing. You'll see. Okay, so
Oh,
here we
that's
go.
right, the unibrow.
Ooh.
I forgot about that. Yes.
And then these are his monster eyes. It's starting to come together, maybe.
Yeah, I like this because it's like you don't have to be perfect. He was constructed from various parts.
Great point, Gina. We are drawing Frankenstein's monster here. For those of you obviously watching at home, Frankenstein is the name of the crazy doctor that created the monster. This is his creation that we're drawing here. And
now,
you can start, it starts to make a little more sense now.
Aaron, in your notes, do you have the answer to this? Why didn't anyone want to go trick-or-treating with Dracula?
I do not have that in my notes. Why didn't anyone? Because he sucks the fun out of everything.
He's a pain in the neck.
Pain in the neck.
That is from Rob.
Oh, that's typical Rob. That sounds like something Rob would say.
That Scout Life joke comes from little Rob out there.
Love the jokes. I have a piece of charcoal, and you get it from like an art kit or something. It's really dark, and you can really blast in some dark in there. And so you'll see how dark it starts to get really quick, and it's messy, but you can really get a good black in there, which I think is great if you got this stuff. And it's fast too, I think. So
I'm gonna maybe.
I'm gonna switch.
Use
colors.
the back of my. Yeah, you have the freedom. I'll just use my pencil to shade in.
Yep.
I don't have charcoal. I have charcoal for the grill.
Dang it.
Will that work?
Man, that sure is some scary music you have there, Gina.
Yeah, don't get scared. I was trying to squeeze in there to say, don't get scared.
Yeah,
music, anybody?
Anybody know what these things are? These bolts? Was his head kind of
bolted on?
Yeah, I think they are like big giant screws that they use to keep it on.
Yeah.
Now in the book, he doesn't really look like he's portrayed in pop culture, let's say, like 50s onward.
I think this look that Kevin is drawing for us is the classic look that was created by his representation in the first Frankenstein movie adaptation many years ago. But I think you're right, Jim. In the book, he's not exactly described this way.
Oh, green. See, this is something only Aaron can do and Kevin because of their tools. But
well, I'm using some alternate colors here, Gina. You might be
Kevin,
surprised.
do you know what kind of car Frankenstein drives on Halloween?
Do I know what?
It's important. What kind of car does Frankenstein drive on Halloween?
You tell me. I have no. You tell me.
It's a monster truck.
Of course.
He probably drives that all the time, actually.
Yeah, why only on Halloween would he drive a monster truck, right?
It's a really good question.
I'm just trying to be as good of an artist as Kevin is here.
Hey, that's
not going to happen today.
I'm using a green oil pastel, which is like an even softer crayon, and you can really fill in some color really quick here. If you want.
Using a green pencil. Gina, what are you using?
I'm using a dried out green highlighter.
Okay, all right. That was so scary it got a music.
This is very fun.
This is great.
Or say you don't have any colors at all, and you can actually just use a green piece of construction paper. And a lot of people have those around.
Ooh.
And I had a couple things, and I started to do this.
So you start off with a green background, basically. You just fill in over it.
A little hard to see, but you can see it's all the same.
I love it.
Right, and then you can add some color, add this tone in and stuff like that, and that's extra.
That saves you a lot of coloring on the green.
That's a great idea.
Because that would really wear you out, I think, sometimes. So.
A reminder for everybody at home, Kevin is the art director for Scout Life, so you're looking at his work all the time.
Yeah,
we're really lucky to be able to squeeze some time from him today to show us how to draw a few things.
Yeah, if you've ever seen the really cool illustrations in Scout Life magazine. Sometimes they're giant, huge illustrations that cover an entire page. Sometimes it's called a little spot illustration. A lot of those are by this guy. This guy right here does those. He's kind of a superstar. We're not lying here.
He really is. And he's fast. I'll say, when you ask Kevin to help you with something,
it gets done right away.
Quickly.
It's good just to do it right then. Or
hey, Gina.
What?
Do you want to guess how old Mary Shelley was when she wrote the novel Frankenstein?
You know, my high school English teacher was very into Frankenstein, and I remember her really painting the picture of how she got inspired, and I think she was kind of like hanging out with Byron Shelley or something, or Byron, what's his name?
Lord Byron.
William Byron, yeah, Lord Byron. And I don't know how old she was.
So she started writing it when she was 18. It was published by the time she was 20. So that's pretty impressive. By the time I was 20, I wasn't doing stuff like that. That's for sure.
No. I think they would kind of try to tell each other ghost stories. And is that kind of how it happened?
Yeah, that's exactly right. She and her friends would tell each other ghost stories, give each other the creeps. And this was the story that she concocted to frighten her friends. And it's become, since then, sort of a classic piece of literature.
Oh, it has.
My dad used to always want to, kind of reframe what I thought of Frankenstein's monster, because we think of him as like this, kind of can't speak. The 1950s version of Frankenstein is really colored, I think, what we think of him today. But
yes, it absolutely has. The movie has, for sure.
If you haven't read the book, it's totally worth reading, especially older scouts, because he's kind of an intellectual. And he likes listening to violin music.
Yeah, he sure does.
Very
Look at the googly eyes. Yeah, look at the googly eyes.
I put some of these on there. You can add some extra color, and if you want him to be happy or sad or just grumpy or whatever, and then you can maybe do his teeth. I don't know. See a white shiny teeth.
You could glue in, white crayon.
Or glue something on there, something really fun, like if he's got yellow teeth, whatever. And so I think people would see, they'd say, okay, Frankenstein, and then you can hang this on your window tonight, so when people are maybe walking by.
Good idea.
That's a great idea,
Don't
Kevin.
scare them away. Now, Aaron, let's see what you came up with.
Okay, hold on. I need to finish my teeth here real quick.
I'll show you mine while we're waiting for Aaron.
Oh, that's pretty good, Gina.
Thank you.
That's not bad at all. Here, I'm making my teeth in right now, and then I will show mine.
Oh, good job, Aaron.
Not terrible. I couldn't have done it without Kevin as a guide.
No.
Well, I like that you did the dark under the eyes.
Yeah, so that was a little addition at the end there, just kind of a little dark circles under his eyes. Yep. Yeah.
Interesting artistic
He's not happy.
choice.
He's not happy.
Well, should we move on to our
He didn't ask for any of this. Yes, I think we should, Gina.
Speaking of witches, just one quick question. What makes trick-or-treating with twin witches so challenging? This is a real problem for witches.
This is a real problem that witches are dealing with today. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know, Gina, what does make trick-or-treating with twin witches such a problem?
You never know which witch is which.
That sounds like another Rob joke. Is that a Rob joke?
It is. Rob's providing all the jokes today.
Yep.
And this great, I think they may have a Halloween section on scoutlife.org of the Think and Grin section. There's tons of jokes.
That's absolutely right. I will drop a link to those jokes in the comments. Okay, let's see how to make a witch.
Construction paper.
What are we drawing here?
So I did construction paper again. Imagine the moon, on Halloween, whatever, and the shape flies across the moon, and it's, oh my God, that was a witch. So we're gonna draw that.
Gina, are you drawing a moon on yours?
I am just doing my best to draw a circle
I'm
this on my paper.
Too. Got it. I'm gonna do the same thing.
You're doing great. Whatever you do, it's awesome. And so we just kind of do
a few years ago, we learned during artery the only mistake you can make is quitting before you at least try to finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only mistake you can make is not drawing at all, right?
Oh, wow, yeah.
I'm gonna draw
the only failure is not beginning.
Yes, thank you. The only bad question is the ones you don't ask.
Very true.
But I love Kevin's idea and suggestion of starting off with construction paper or something like that. It's a simple idea. I think I have maybe 2,000 pages of unused colored construction paper in my closet here that we bought for my kids because, well, when we bought it for school supplies, there's always too much in there. I don't need that much. So we have a lot of
the school supplies
leftover.
list was like 2 pages of blue construction
That's
paper,
exactly right. Yes,
3
the only thing I could
none
find
of
was
the
a package of 500 of all the different colors. That's exactly right.
We've got so much too, you know.
I-
So
yeah, the
behind
construction paper
here.
kicks it up a notch for sure.
Yep.
I just did this. It's kind of simple, and it's
How
a
good
silhouette.
it looks, though.
It's like a silhouette across the moon, you know. So you don't have to add a lot of details. but
Okay.
it creates an effect.
That's a
I
nice
can't-
little hack, if you will, right? Making it a silhouette like that.
I can't wait to see what Aaron's looks like, just based on how good mine looks.
I realize now I wish I had drawn the witch first and then the yellow, the moon around it, but that's okay.
Kevin's going fast on this one,
He's doing great.
and I love it, but it's going to make for a very interesting witch on my part.
I'm going to wait for Kevin. Yes,
Hey, Kevin, what's the artwork around you?
Oh well.
What do you have there on your fridge?
So it's a big weekend for this is some stuff that my kiddos have done, and some other.
These kids are artists. You hear that?
Cool. Runs in the family.
Yep.
And my daughter is going to be an axolotl for Halloween, and so this is some art that she did.
I'm sorry. What was that word you said there? A what for Halloween?
Axolotl, which is those little pink. They're kind of pink and white salamanders. They're from Mexico. They're so fun.
That is cool.
Yeah, they're really popular. And so anyway, I'm just drawing the witch, this crazy nose and the crazy cool hat that they have, you know.
So will you guys be trick-or-treating tonight then, Kevin?
Yeah, I think we're gonna. My son is gonna go with a friend of his to a different neighborhood. So we're gonna, I think, just drop him off. So because he gets
What about
tired.
you, Gina? Are you taking your daughter trick or treating?
You know, I've debated it. I don't know if she's too young and people will suspect that I'm just stealing the candy, because that would be the situation, basically. But we're definitely going to hand out candy. I look forward to that. Aaron, what do you do now that the kids are out of the house? Well, I guess your son's probably out doing his own thing.
He does. He will do his own thing, and I'm in charge of candy this year. My wife's actually out doing her own thing as well.
She's trick-or-treating.
So, Yep. So, man, look at that. There's no way I can draw a witch as good as what Kevin just drew.
Yeah, the face on mine.
Even though it's only a silhouette, the details are so much better than anything I could do.
Yeah. Well, that's why he's the pro.
Yeah.
And so I think she should have had like a cat sitting on the back of her room or something. Did you guys do any decorations? Do you have an inflatable out in the yard or anything? Or?
We don't have much.
We just have more like an autumn theme decoration in the front of our house. Yep.
Same.
Yep.
Just some pumpkins. We haven't carved anything.
Oh my gosh, I've got to carve a pumpkin.
You know, it's smart to carve kind of the day of because they don't last very long.
Really don't. Yeah, our pumpkins almost always went bad before Halloween, almost all the time. Yeah. But you know what? Speaking of pumpkin carving, there's pumpkin carving tips on scottlife.org.
Yes.
Kevin, be sure and go check out that website. I don't know if you're familiar with it or not.
Yeah.
I'll put that link to that article in the comments as well. We put the
There you
Halloween
go.
jokes in there.
Yes.
But if you, and also a reminder, this video today will stay up on Facebook or YouTube, wherever you're watching it, after we're live. So you could show your kids after they get home from school. And they, you know, I know the time between getting home from school and the time you're going trick-or-treating is painful.
Yeah,
so fill it for them.
It takes forever.
Oh, yeah.
So this could work as maybe a template for your pumpkin too, if you're looking for a different type of shape to put on there.
That would be cool. Yes.
Ready for something.
A template on for your pumpkin with like the candle or whatever, the light behind it.
Yeah.
Aaron?
I'm almost done. Give me 2 more seconds.
You could even put like a no sign in front of this and put it on your door, like no witches.
Yeah.
That would be rude to witches. Aaron, yours is great.
So what's interesting is the yellow and the black combined to make it sort of a greenish color. But that's okay. It's it's all right, right?
Very wicked.
Yes,
like
it's still art.
Musical.
Yes.
Yeah, it's real kind of sketchy. Had some cool little patching there. I like.
Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. Yes.
Talking about Gina's art.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you, Kevin.
me
I
too.
thought so, but I didn't
talking
want to
about that too.
assume.
I was talking about that too. Yep.
Cool colors in yours. That's
I'm most excited for this one we're drawing next. The cat.
yeah.
I
Now
hope
this,
it's not too hard.
I think you'll find that this may be more of an art assemblage. Is that a kind of a fancy term, or a what do you call it? Just construction paper. And not everyone can draw, but a lot of people can cut out shapes like triangle. Okay, that shouldn't be.
Yes.
That's not too hard, right? Now you guys are going to probably just draw it, but I wanted to show you, if you've got all this construction paper lying around and a pair of scissors and some glue sticks.
I do.
You can make some things happen and do some really expressive kind of art. And let me just put some glue on this one, and I'll show. This is actually. It's actually going to be the body of our artsy cat. I love black cats. I used to have years ago. So this sounds weird, but this is kind of his shape. If you've ever seen cats, they kind of sit there and they can kind of have a fun shape.
I really like. I really like when artists use, like you said, Kevin, basic shapes like that.
Yeah.
When you put them together, before you know it, all of a sudden, you've got like something that looks like a real thing, like a cat. Like we're starting off with a triangle here. I don't think I would have thought to start off with a triangle for a cat.
Well, keep an open mind. We'll see. Now, I'm actually cutting an oval shape out of this construction paper. I can make it kind of ovally, or like an ellipse, or whatever the term is. So it's just kind of.
And I'm just shading in my triangle while you do that.
Me too.
I'm going to put some glue on this guy too.
When we look at like Frankenstein, and maybe this one will end up being similar, I guess they're technically mixed media.
Yeah, I like that. Using lots of different. Okay.
Okay, I see where this is going.
All right. Yep. Starting to take form a little bit. Yep. I'm just going to shade in my cat head here real quick.
This just seems like the perfect activity to do with your kids when they get home from school today.
Yeah, you've got a couple of hours until kids start to go.
That's a great idea. Fill that time between school, the end of school, and candy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Halloween is special because that's the one night per year when everybody is out and walking around and talking, and the neighbors.
Social.
It's so great. Anyway. Okay,
we've got more triangles, it looks like.
I love Halloween too. I love the costumes personally. Like I know that that's kind of what it's all about for a lot of people, but I love getting to dress up.
Gina, do you have any memories as a child of like a favorite Halloween costume or anything like that?
Oh, man, I always had a costume, and they were all like, they're all great. Nothing stands out to me because it literally every year was like, you go all out.
I have a favorite one, and Kevin, who knows me well, Kevin and I have known each other for more than a decade.
Oh, yeah.
Probably could guess what it was. My favorite costume as a kid. Kevin, any guesses?
I guess Stormtrooper or Jedi Knight.
Close. Batman. Batman was my favorite. I had what I thought was a really cool Batman costume. Now, what it was a smock with a picture of Batman on it. But it seemed like a Batman costume to me. I had the mask and everything. It was amazing. Yes.
Yeah, that's what they were like back in the.
Yep.
Now, did you guys dress up with your kids at all?
I've never dressed up with them. I always like last minute. I'm always like costumes for dad. but it's just too late, and I never think about it. And I wish I was.
I'm kind of the same way. I'm not organized to put something good together for myself.
Well,
Maybe
if
that could
you're
be a goal for you, Gina. Parenting goal. Dress up.
Oh,
when
already
Stella's old
there.
enough. There you go.
Don't worry, I'm already dressing. I dressed up last year. She was a year old. I never missed a year. But if you guys are at home and you're thinking like Kevin and Aaron, like you're thinking it's too late, it's not too late. I actually have an article I'm going to drop in the comments from scoutlife.org. Their last minute Halloween costume ideas. I know there are so many kids out there who think they don't want to go trick or treating until they see people coming up and down the street trick or treating.
Yeah.
You can make one of these happen really fast and go trick or treating. So check that out.
Awesome. Check that. All right. And so, what do you think? It's like nose, and you can draw it, or you can stick it on. Yeah.
This is totally mixed media, right?
Sure.
It's this one.
Yeah.
the same.
I like this. Actually, believe it or not, I have a couple of stickers that were kind of foam. I don't know where we got these, but I was just going to use these, and I was just going to stick these on.
Cute. I love this cat. Like you don't even have to go buy Halloween decorations. Kind of like you said earlier, these are the perfect thing to make and then put around your house.
And who knows? You could make a cat out of 4 triangles, 1 oval. Well, 4 triangles and 3 ovals, and you've got a cat and also a
dog. The dog does not like the cat.
And the dog is annoyed at the cat.
You're hearing my dog. I think you're hearing
Ah.
the schnauzer.
It could be a dog from any of these houses.
Yeah, it could be any 3 of our dogs. Gina? Oh, yours is good. Yours is real good. Very nice.
What about mine is any different than yours?
Oh, the tail. We got to add the tail.
I was waiting for the tail, yeah.
Yep.
I kind of forgot.
Oh, I accidentally did the tail green.
Now we're definitely mixed. Yeah.
I'll just do big round eyes.
Oh, maybe I'll make mine. Maybe I'll add a little more detail. See, my problem sometimes is I just don't stop. I keep adding and then I ruin it.
Oh, that's always my thing too. Like,
very cool. I like this cat. I knew it was going to be my favorite.
It's a wonderful cat.
Do you guys think we have time for one more?
I think we should try to do one more before we let Kevin get back to his normal job.
Yeah. Since we have him on live and he can't say no.
Exactly, yes.
yours, I didn't get. Did you finish your cat, Aaron?
Yes, my cat is done.
Yeah.
I mean,
Very good.
It's not bad, yeah.
I think it's good.
Just
Thank
draw it. It doesn't have to be the cut paper. It's just fun to draw shapes and stuff. So.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
You and I don't consider ourselves much of artists, at least like not this kind of artist.
Not
and
me, nope, yep.
Look
I
at you.
think we're doing good.
Thank you. I agree.
Okay, guys, last up we are going to draw a ghost. Kevin said this one's tricky before the show.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what we're going to end up with here.
We're all in this together.
Okay.
I'll put the really spooky music back on because it seems like we need it.
So I got my lights kind of gray, so I'll kind of try and sketch it a little bit. So let me see. Okay, so I'll start with the.
All right, so what color are you using here, Kevin?
I have a little gray.
Gray. All right, let's see if
gray.
I get a gray one in here.
Oh boy, I'm already lost.
Fill up the page, with my. That's what they always told us in art class. They're like, fill the page with it.
Huh.
I'm trying to fill the page. Oh. And.
Okay, I see what we're doing here.
Trying to get him a little bit. So can you see the shape?
Yep.
Definitely.
Mine
You can have a
is
happy
really
go-
going to be amazing here. Yep.
all kinds of things. So I always think Halloween is just a blast. So I always we're just having fun and laughing at all these things
Yes.
all the things that normally scare us, we can laugh at them too. It's fun. So,
You were the perfect guest for today. True fan.
oh yeah. And I'm trying to see. I think I had a different mark. Wow. I'm thinking maybe we can add some shading. Kind of. Is this gonna be too dark? Some more shading around there.
Now, Aaron, don't be afraid to say the music's too scary.
Yeah, I'm a little bit spooked out by the music, but I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to seem like I was scared by it. But since
Do you need
said,
us to turn it off?
No. I don't want to ruin it for our viewers.
The problem is that it kind of has some jump scares in it, and so when you're drawing,
Yes,
it can
That's
cause
why-
a little misdraw.
that's why if you see any mistakes in my drawing, that would be why.
Same. That's why mine is not the right shape at all.
Mine's kind of an amorphous blob.
So you can add some color in there. Because I guess if it's a pale ghost.
This is fun.
Yes, this is fun. I love the little details. Like I would never have thought about doing the little shading like that if Kevin hadn't suggested it. I guess that's what you learn in art school, right, Kevin?
Oh, I guess so.
Gina, that scared me.
Oh, I made a mistake.
That's our sound effects, right?
Yes.
Or is it?
Oh,
Thank you. Good question.
Now, I remember as a kid going up to the houses that had the scary music playing. I did like that. That was fun. I was always a little scared, though.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that as well.
my first Halloween, I walked out front, and it was cold and dark. The wind was whipping, and I didn't see any other kids. I just went back inside.
And you were done. That was it.
Okay, we're done for the year. I'm doing this is kind of technical thing, but like thick lines and thin lines is kind of a line quality. They call it line quality. That's just an art thing, but it's just kind of cool. Add something.
Line quality, Gina, is what we call that.
Yeah, and I don't know how to make that different than my shadows, but we'll do our best.
We're just doing our best. That's right.
This is fun, and yours looks super cool, Kevin. And I bet our viewers at home are going to really do a great job with this.
I'm sure.
Mine on this one, so far this one is the biggest difference between what Kevin drew and what I've drawn. There's no question this is going to be the worst.
Well, if they don't make you feel better, I didn't make mine's head the right shape, so I tried to afterwards, and then realized there was like a big black line going through it. So I put a party hat on mine.
Okay, that'll work.
Kevin inspired me by saying we can laugh at the scary things.
Yes, you can be. Yes.
Mine is really bad.
And then you can cut them out, and then maybe punch a little hole in there and him up. I don't know.
I love that. That one's really cool, really cute.
That one
looks
really
like a video
good.
game.
I wasn't sure.
I have not.
Aaron, are you ready to show yours?
Okay, yeah. Let me just add one more little effect. This one's going to make it right here.
Definitely.
Yeah. I have not lived up to Kevin's standards for this one for sure.
Can't wait to see what
This is not like tiny.
You see it?
Oh, put it up closer to the camera.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Yes.
Is that better? Can you see it? Kind of.
Pretty good.
That's cool.
The lighting's not good. Hold on. Let me see if I can get a better angle of it here. Gina, you want to show yours?
Yeah, I'm happy to show mine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Pretty good, huh? Do you see the party hat?
I love that it's just a fun ghost. Why do they have to be not having fun experience?
It's
stuff?
birthday.
Right, exactly.
They have birthdays too. Well, or I don't know what they are, but
Yeah.
I guess you don't.
Cool. I just think
Mine needs to work.
Yours is good, Aaron. I think it's just we have a different output, and we're not the pros. We just aren't.
Yep.
Yours looks like Gumby, which is cool.
I just realized I need to add some darker lines. If you guys can give me about 3 more seconds, I'm going to show you a much improved version.
Good, because I have a question for you. What's a ghost's favorite ice cream? Wait,
Um,
I messed up the joke.
well, we all know that we all scream for ice cream.
I messed up the joke already.
It's a
Let me
ghost
think here.
snack.
Wait, what's the favorite flavor of ice cream?
I don't know what.
Blueberry ice cream.
There you go.
I do believe the joke was, what's a ghost's favorite dessert? Ice cream.
Ice cream. Yes, exactly. Yes, very good.
Well, this was awesome. Guys, if you have one piece of advice for the kids out there, as 2 guys who have been trick-or-treating many times, any advice for the trick-or-treaters tonight?
Go ahead.
I think, just go with it. Have fun. Your kids are going to enjoy it really probably no matter what. So don't worry if it's a little bit chilly, or like the weather here in where we are. It's going to be a little bit chilly tonight, but just go with it. Have fun. You don't have to go for that long. In my memory, when I was a kid and went trick-or-treating, it lasted like hours and hours. But when I talked to my parents, they were like, yeah, it was like 15, 20 minutes or whatever. So just go relax, have a good time. And go with it and try to have the sort of, positive, scary attitude with your kids, and it'll be great. They'll have wonderful memories. That's my advice, Gina.
Also, give your dad the peanut butter cups. Kevin, what do you say?
I would say my best memories of Halloween were when I was hanging out with my friends. So I would say take a friend, and when you go trick-or-treating with one of your best friends, it's a lot of fun. You get to a different level, and go trick-or-treat in their neighborhood or wherever they're from, and go do some different things with them and kind of share your adventure. And I remember as a kid, we would they don't do it as much these days. We do sleepovers and we trade the candy. We'd spread the candy out on the bed and we'd be like doing deals and getting stuff.
Trading with candy.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Very cool.
Gina was talking earlier, but we were going to say one other note about monsters and Halloween and stuff.
Yes, this is great.
Yeah, the fun doesn't end with Halloween. It just keeps on going. It's actually November the 2nd is Godzilla Day, which is really cool. And this may be one of the biggest years ever for Godzilla. It's so fun. But anyway, just hail to the king of the monsters. And this my son did of Godzilla, which he loves. And that's got him really inspired and got him drawing and stuff. So it's fun to have.
Man, that's a great Godzilla drawing up there. That's really cool.
It is.
Yeah, I'm impressed with that. If you want a little bit of a backstory on Godzilla too, we've talked a few times about Pod Ask, the Scout Life podcast, and you can go and hear a special Pod Ask with a guest.
Yeah, we had an expert.
Dr. Reptile.
We had a Godzilla expert on one time.
Yeah.
And told us all about the history of Godzilla. It was great. Yes.
You would love that episode, and pay close attention because it's an Easter egg for those of you who watch this episode. See if you can notice anything about that.
Exactly.
Yeah, find out what Godzilla eats, because there's going to be like 4 Godzilla movies and TV shows, and it's a really fun time to get into that.
Very good. Well, thank you guys. I hope you both have a happy Halloween. I hope our viewers have a happy Halloween. Kevin, we are so lucky you joined us today.
Yeah, great job, Kevin. Thanks so much for joining us today. Everybody be safe. Have a happy Halloween. Gina, as Kevin said, I think our parting advice is just draw something, do your best, have fun with it. It might be as bad as this, and that's okay. It's okay. Just do your best.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next week.
See ya.
Bye, everybody. Good job, Kevin.
Take care. Thank you.